Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend, and thank you for joining us here on the Fumble Live. We've got a lot to talk about. Once again, Dame Dollar is in the news. And here's a good, funny one. Tristan is out here doing get around guy type of things like he always does. It's kind of funny to me, but we're going to see what you think when we get to the post up. But first, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. And now here's the Fumble Squad. I'm Jackie Ray. You can follow me on all things social media at Jackie Ray TV.
It's your boy Chris. You can find me everywhere at CK2K. New week, Jackie. How you feeling?
You know how I'm feeling. We had a whole conversation before we came on this show. But nonetheless, we're going to have a good time today at this moment in time. So that's the important thing. So let's just dive right into this first need to know news. Because this one is kind of nerve-wracking to me because Dame has already told us if we don't hear it from his lips, we should take it with a grain of salt. He may or may not have said it, but likely he didn't say it. So those were his words. So here's where we are right now. Chris has said that this might be a trade that works. I think actually the Kyrie to the Nets switch was the one that you think would work better. But now we're talking that Dame apparently has said that he wants Ben Simmons, to run alongside him. I don't know if that's true because again, Dame has told us that if he doesn't say it, don't believe it. But this one's tricky. So I'm just going to break this one down because earlier this month, we didn't talk about it, but I saw the headlines and I kind of just glossed over it because Portland's just not one of those teams that I think would have like a scandal. So I kind of just glossed over it, but they had hired an independent law firm to basically look into reports of harassment from non-player personnel. And from that, they decided this is according to Shams now, they decided that they were going to fire their general manager and president of basketball operations, Neil O'Shea. Mm-hmm. Now, he also is the one that had sort of started trying to broker this deal and apparently wanted to go ahead and get Ben Simmons in a trade that would include CJ, a first-round pick, and a younger player. But now that he's fired, I'm not sure how that's going to work, if they're going to still pursue that. And again, I'm not even sure if Dame even said it. So let's start there, Chris. Do you think that Dame actually said, hey, I want Ben Simmons?
No, I don't. I'm not buying it. I know that there's probably want for a shift or something to get shuffled around, but I'm not buying the whole thing. I'm sticking to what Dame said. If it didn't come out of his mouth, he didn't say it. And this to me doesn't seem like one of the things that came out of his mouth. I think it'd be great for them, but I've said it. Like if Ben Simmons goes to Portland, it has to be for Damian Lillard. I don't know if the two of them would coexist like that. I don't know. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it either. I just think that would be, I don't know. I can see, like what you said, Ben Simmons going to a situation where it wasn't mandatory that he be the shooter. I don't know, like you said, I think at this point you would want somebody to compliment Dame, and I don't know if Ben Simmons is that guy. So it just doesn't seem like this would work for me. And I just don't see, I think there are players that I could see Dame saying, hey, I want to play with this guy. It's just that Ben doesn't fit that for me. So now the question becomes, now if he's going to stay, if we believe him in that, you still have to build around him. We know that part. We know that he wants them to build around him. So if it's not Ben, then who do you go get to start this building around Dame scenario?
Oh, no, you're not asking me that question because I don't have an answer. I don't know what the hell this team's supposed to do. That Portland Trailblazers team, I've been saying it from the beginning. Jackie, you know what I'm going to say. The team is built weird. So I don't know. Right. So I don't know what else the hell they're supposed to do. Like, I think that they do need a better wing option. Nothing against CJ. I think CJ would get traded and go somewhere and be great. But the problem is I just don't like the combination of the two of them. So I think for Damian Lillard, you need to get him a wing. Who that is, I don't know. I have no idea. Is Jaylen Brown actually available? What can you do to get like a Jaylen Brown? You need to get him a wing. Or if you're not going to get him a wing, get him like like we were talking about the DeAndre Ayton kind of situation. If they can make that work, they can make that work. I don't think Phoenix is moving DeAndre Ayton, not right now, because of how well he's meshing with the Suns and what their run was but yeah, because they lost to the Warriors, that's right. So I don't have an immediate answer for them because the Portland Trail Blazers have just been they've been very Portland like with how they move their team.
Right.
They just really, it's all good, dude. Like, we'll just figure it out, man. Like, that's how Portland's been treating it. So I have no answer. To me, they need a wing or they need to upgrade at big. Nothing against Nurkic. I think Nurkic is great, but they need a guy that's going to be, you know, a bucket getter, a guy that can, you know, help others get. I just don't think that Nurkic is it long term for them. So they either do that or they need to get a wing. Who it is, I ain't got that answer, Jackie. I ain't got that answer.
Yeah, me either. But I do know our chat is petty. Kevin Lang said trade Simmons to Idaho YMCA. Somebody else said trade him to China. So clearly our chat does not feel like there's a team in the NBA where Ben Simmons would actually be successful. I don't know if I'm going to go that far.
Yeah,
I do like that YMCA trade though. That the Idaho YMCA though. That's the best part of that. Like,
they probably don't even play basketball over there like that. The disrespect.
They probably play some weird potato bobbing for potatoes is probably what they do. And I don't know anything. It's crazy. But the disrespect that Ben Simmons is getting in our chat is fantastic, and I love it. Again, I don't believe that Damian said this. I think because he's been very specific. He said he wanted Jason Kidd. He said, you know, exactly who he wanted there. And he's done that before. I just don't see him. He said he wanted Chauncey as well. He's been vocal. He would say it if he meant it. And so I just think this is another one of those rumors. Maybe this one was even released by Ben Simmons camp to try to facilitate a trade so he can get out. But I just don't see this being something that Damian Lillard said, but obviously we're going to keep an eye on this whole thing. But that's all I've got for Need to Know News. Chris, can you take us into this Monday post up?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got the post up. I'm actually stretching while I'm saying it too, so that came out really slow. But with your boy Chris, you know the vibes. All right, Monday post up. We got a fun one today. I'm really excited about the last one because I genuinely laughed out loud when it happened. So you gotta stay tuned for that one. But first and foremost, we got to go back to Boston, where NBC Sports Boston has been on a roll. They have been, I think the very first one was Dennis Schroeder when they played the Lakers, and they had a whole ticker saying, you know, they paid Russell Westbrook, blobbity, blobbity, blobbity. Then a few games ago when they beat the Sixers, then it said, or was it Sixers? I don't remember who it was, but it said that Jayson Tatum is their dad. And now, yet again, they're at it again. And again, this is not Photoshop. The Celtics broadcast team was at it again, as you saw this little factoid saying that Jayson Tatum was drafted with the pick that Philly traded for Markelle Fultz. And they added, whoops. And look, I love Markelle Fultz, but they are not wrong with this one because, Jayson Tatum is definitely showing to be the best of that draft class for sure. But, man, NBC Boston, like I said, I just wasn't expecting it from a Boston media network. You know what I mean? Like, that's what's so shocking about all this. They're killing it. They're doing great. They get an A+ yet again for this one, but it's just shocking where it's coming from. Like, I just didn't think they had that kind of salt or petty in them to do stuff like that. So I thought that was really funny.
It's one guy. It's not like they said this as a collective. It's one guy that's doing it. And somebody was like, who did this? And then they saw all the amazing feedback. And they was like, okay, you know what? You just do your thing.
Keep going.
You just do your thing.
Right. Keep going, Jeremy. Yeah, you know that they probably pulled him from like New York, you know, so he's just not like accustomed to like how things go around. So he got right. So he just he's playing this petty game. I don't know. I love it. I'm with it for sure. Something else I was kind of with, but again, this is gonna be a little bit of shade, but Atlanta fans, y'all didn't commit to the bit. You can hear it. Kind of like it's there, it's for sure there, but they didn't commit to it. And that was my problem. And he ended up making the free throw anyways. But PJ Washington, the Charlotte Hornets were in town playing the Atlanta Hawks, and PJ Washington got to the free throw line, and the Hawks thought they could troll him by chanting out a certain name. Now I want to see if you guys can hear it. I think you can hear it slightly. I don't think you can hear it well. No, I think the Atlanta fans, they needed to do better with it. But they chanted out Brittany Renner. Here it is.
Maybe that's not the right decision.
Business decision made.
Yes, and a wise one. Discretion is always the better part of valor. Second free throw.
I'm just so disappointed. I like it was like haha, But also, too, in their defense, because I know, Atlanta fans, they've been coming after us ever since that playoff series. So I got Atlanta fans in my DMs, in my comment sections all the time, trying to talk some sort of trash. But in their defense, it was the beginning of the third quarter, and after halftime, people would still be in lines of concession stands. And you can see that there wasn't many people in the stand right there, so there wasn't enough people. But they were trying to chant Brittany Renner. I thought it was weak, but it was funny nonetheless. Jackie, are you giving them a pass for trying to get it? But did you even hear it? Could you even hear them chanting it? Right.
No, if you hadn't told me, I mean, like when I closed one eye and leaned in, I could hear it. But if you hadn't said that's what they were saying, I would have just thought that they were going. I had no idea.
Exactly. Yeah. Come on, Atlanta. Commit. I know y'all y'all petty like that. Commit to the bit, but they whatever. Mm-hmm. Anyways, they did that, and you knew it failed because PJ made the free throw, so he didn't even hear. He wasn't bothered by it. But I got something that's going to bother you guys, and I know it's going to bother Jackie Ray, and that is none other than Mr. Tristan Thompson. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. Not surprised. It just feels like this is just who he is right now. It is what it is. That's what it is when it comes to Tristan Thompson. But yet again, it looks like he was caught in another situation with a new baby mama, and it gets worse than just that. Like, that should be it. That should be the worst part of the story. With the whole Chloe thing and whatnot, and Tristan Thompson out here getting another girl pregnant. That should be the end of the story. But it's not. This tweet is coming up talking about the situation. Say Tristan Thompson allegedly offered a woman $75,000 to get rid of their baby she's pregnant with. Now, unfortunately, you hear these kind of things all the time, but it gets worse when they share the story or share the message that was sent to them, and it's not good. It's not good. So she allegedly put up the message that Tristan Thompson sent to her about what he's going to do, and I will read as follows. Now, I don't know how Tristan Thompson sounds, so I can't even do a Tristan Thompson impression, so I'm just going to read it. He says, "You know how I feel. My feelings haven't changed at all. Won't be involved at all. By the way, if you think having this baby is going to make you some money, it's completely wrong. You are aware that I'm retiring after this season." I wasn't aware, Tristan. Anyways, so in terms of support, it will be whatever is required monthly for someone who's unemployed. It's taxes, so it will be only a couple $100. So you better off taking this $75,000 I'm offering, because you won't get nothing near that with having a kid with a father who's unemployed. All you will have is a baby with a father who has zero involvement with the child, and a few $100s of child support a month. Now, I don't know what you're trying to get at with this like that. First of all, I think he's cap on the retiring thing. I don't believe that for a second. I think he's using that as a sales pitch as to why she should take the $75,000 for sure. But man, as a man to be so okay with saying, I'm not going to be involved. Like, you can do what you want to do. You can take this money, or you can take a little bit of money, but just know I ain't going to be there. Like, it's not Magic Johnson. That's not the meme. Like that. To me, that there's something about that I'm not a fan of. But Jackie, Tristan Thompson, we know that this is a reoccurring theme, but to this level is a bit different. What you think about that message?
Yeah, I'm actually fine with it. Like he's trash. I'm gonna have a piece that comes out about this later. He's a trash human being, but he's consistently trash. It's not like he gives you glimpses of greatness. He's always been trash. He's been honest about how trash he is. Our producer texted me and said someone said that Tristan cheats so much that he knows child support laws in every state. So
facts. He probably does.
It is who he is. And women who lay down with him without condom, like he doesn't have communal D, is crazy to me. Like, I would you have to desanitize that baby when it comes out, because who knows what he's passing through. I don't understand women who lay down with this man. And at that point, you get what you get, because he's been honestly trash for his whole entire life. So you get what you get. You deserve what you get at this point, and I don't feel bad for her. I thought the text was funny. I'm like, yeah, that's Tristan. He did. Yeah.
So here's the real question: should she take the deal, or should she call his bluff?
I think that's between her and how she feels about, abortion. Like if she really is one of these women that are trying to anchor this baby into his money, she probably should have taken the $75,000 and just moved on with her life. If she feels like, I hope she don't think this is going to be a love child, because that man said what he meant, and he's going to, if he, whatever the state requires him to pay in child support, that's what he's going to pay. So what you shouldn't do is run around and be this jaded woman like, oh, my baby daddy isn't no good. No, he told you that. So if you want to have the baby and if you're fine raising it by yourself, that's fine, but don't sissy cry about it either way. So wherever she's at personally, that's what she should do. I don't have a dog in that race, but she knew what she was getting. She was his personal trainer. She knew what she was getting into when she laid down with this man. So I have no sympathy for this woman.
And that's what's crazy to me. Like, I hope she's not thinking that this is going to be maybe we can make this work kind of, because the man told you this through Snapchat. He didn't even text you. You were his personal trainer. He has your number, but he told you all this through Snapchat. Obviously, you know why. I ain't got to tell you that for you uneducated, I ain't going to tell you. But if you do know, you know why you said through Snapchat. To hope that that just happened wouldn't happen because he thinks it's gonna disappear. But
like screenshot ain't a thing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I just think the fact that he told her through Snapchat is all like that. Look, I hope she's not thinking like, oh, maybe I can make no. Anyways, Tristan Thompson. I love how not surprised you are, and I feel the exact same way. Tristan Thompson, as you said, trash human being. It is what it is. Now I got from something that is not a surprise to something that might surprise you guys. Now we on this on Post Up, we do a lot of Kuzma bashing back and forth. I've tried to better my way since he's been a Washington Wizard, but he does not make it easy on me. But I'll be real with you guys. And I know I might get some flack for this one, but of what we've seen in the past, we have a new fit for Kyle Kuzma, and I'm gonna be real with you. I don't hate it. My man out here looking crazy, but of all the fits we've seen in the past, I don't hate it. The part I hate the most about it were the kicks. I know that you want to wear the casual worn-in kicks. I get you, but Puma's paying you way too much money for you to be rocking those. Get a nice fresh pair of Pumas to rock with the fit. That's all I'm asking for. But I don't hate this one compared to that Grimace one that we saw, the pink one that we saw in the past, and the some of the Russell Westbrook deep cut shirts that we've seen. I have no problem with this one. The glasses too, a little suspect, but I have no problem with this one. So, but Kyle Kuzma, yet again, raising eyebrows with his fit. Jackie and chat, please let me know how you feeling about this one.
He still looked like a cartoon character, and I'm still trying to figure out which one this one is. But
this was a new one, right?
This is he still looks like a cartoon. He low key kind of looked like almost like he was going for that. Like if it was all black, he would have almost looked like when Hawkeye was Ronin. He low key kind of would have looked like that.
Don't disrespect Ronan like that. Stop. Don't do that.
Don't do that. I said kind of. But he is. Y'all in the chat help me know, because it's definitely a cartoon character. I can't put my finger on it. So maybe he's just watching a whole bunch of cartoons and then copying they fit.
Here's my thing. If you put on with that same fit, you just puts on a red shirt, I got the cartoon character for you. Winnie the Pooh. That's who it is. If he just puts on a red shirt over exactly what he's wearing, do look like Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, look at that. Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear. You put on a red shirt right over that hood, that jacket. That's it. Winnie the Pooh. So I asked the cartoon character for this one. Last one was did we confirm it was Mushmouth?
It was. Who was it? No, it was Dumb. It was Dumb Donald.
Dumb Donald. That's right. Yeah. So yeah. All right. This one, put a Photoshop. Somebody in the chat Photoshop a red shirt on him. Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh Bear. It is. Y'all know the intro. But of the fits, this one I don't hate. I ain't gonna lie to you. It looked comfy as hell. Especially playing in Washington, looked comfy as hell. So Philly yesterday. It's so funny. I was just over the weekend talking to an old friend of the Fumble, Matt. Y'all know Matt, ex-producer Wade. He's a huge Philadelphia fan. I'm a big Jalen Hurts guy. I've been on record. I don't think that he fits for the Eagles, but I love Jalen Hurts. But he was out with injury this weekend, which meant that it was time for their new acquisition, Gardner Minshew, to show some Minshew magic and hopefully help this team get back on track while Jalen Hurts was out with injury. And he delivered. Gardner Minshew was great. I mean, mind you, I have to bring you down a peg, Philly fans. Who'd y'all play? Let's just be real. Right. It's still the New York Jets. I know the Jets are trying to say that they're playing better the last 2 weeks, they're still the Jets. All right. I'm not gonna be sitting here hyping up Trevor Siemian if he has a crazy game, or Taysom Hill, whoever plays against the Jets, because we're playing the Jets this weekend as well, because it's still the Jets. But regardless, Gardner Minshew, when you're given that assignment as a backup, you did what you were supposed to do. He understood the assignment, and he did well. So I have to give Gardner Minshew props for that, because he played out of his mind in that game, in a game that the Philly Eagles really, really needed. But the best part was after the fact, when he caught up with his dad, who we know the story about him and his dad. His dad makes sure that he sees all of his games, whether he plays or where he doesn't play. He's always there with them. So his dad was there to see his first game with the Philadelphia Eagles, and you can see the raw emotion from Gardner, and I was a fan of it. So here's this video. Looking tight. Come on, Dad. Yeah, man.
And we see this totally differently.
Oh no. And that's a clip. What do you see? Go ahead. What do you see?
If y'all go to my social media, I posted it on my story, and I was like, what in the Chester the molester people buried in the basement hell is going on here? Because with the mustache and then the way they was like fist bumping and then the jacket, and I was like, nah, they got people buried in their basement. You can't tell me nothing different.
Oh damn. Nah, but I know. Nah, man. Like the thing is, because I remember the dude is just an emotional guy. Gardner Minshew just a hell of an emotional cat. And you know what? I'd be with you if he still was rocking that creepy long hair he had. I think he finally got groomed a bit. The hair's shorter now. I'm cool with this hair. Have you seen it's a mustache line? The mustaches. Look, stashes are in, man. People stash versus beard.
Okay.
I'm facial hair gang, so whatever works to each their own.
See, you have a connect. There is a whole. I watch a lot of crime TV, and every time they have one of those 70s serial killers, this was happening. I'm just saying. Oh man, so and you just Gardner. It's a whole look. The mustache, the jacket, it's a whole look. I'm telling you.
All right, no, then Jackie's not fair, but yeah. I can't even help. I can't even help. Jordan, I'm trying. I'm sorry, bro. Look, Jackie said what she said, and it is what it is. I'm still trying to.
If you like it, I love it. To me, I was like, hide your kids.
Oh, I don't care about the fit. I was even looking at the fit. But I hear you. The moment was cool because I know that the whole relationship with him and his dad. I remember that whole piece that came out. But when you take it to this level, like you. Like that, it's like it feels like there should be different music playing in the background. There's like a bunch of dudes like in the back. I hear you. I get what you're coming at. The chat says sheesh.
Unsolved, I could just see them having an unsolved mystery, and then them being like, "Oh, did you see the clip?
That's the clip. Oh my god!
You don't even know."
Little did we know, he had 7. I'm not jumping on that. I thought I let it go, but Kev is not gonna let this slide. Kevin Lang said Taysom Hill is messing up his money by playing quarterback. That's facts. We don't have the time for it, and I'm sure Jackie would agree. We don't want him as quarterback. We love Taysom Hill. Just not as our starting quarterback. I don't care if we don't have options. I don't want you out there getting hurt as a quarterback. Play your role.
Yes.
Let Trevor Siemian go out there and throw his mediocre 150 yards a game and 2 touchdowns and an interception. That's fine. If we lose with that. But Taysom Hill, you are who you are. Saints, you're a bunch of idiots for paying him too much damn money. I like the contract. I just don't like the amount.
Right.
But that's neither here nor there. We ain't gonna waste our time making this show. Who that? Love my team, but God, I hated that contract. Anyways, I hear you on that, Kev. You're right. He is hurting his money by trying to play. Anyways, moving on. I'm done. I'm not. Don't get me started on this again. This moment right here, I'm so glad this made it. This made me, I don't know why this tickled me so much yesterday. I thought it was so funny. I watch football on Red Zone. That's how I watch football every Sunday. And then I have my Saints on my laptop or on my PC. Like they get their own screen, but I have Red Zone because I'm a fantasy football player. Red Zone's the best way for it because you get to see everything going on throughout the league and I don't have to be changing channels. I love it. And I'm a huge fan of the host. I think he's hilarious. He does such a good job over there. And there was this hilarious moment that happened in the Chicago Bears game where he's trying to talk about the team and talk about the weather and what's going on. And a cameraman that should get a raise found this dude struggling to put the poncho on. And then on top of that, the narration by the Red Zone dude was top tier. I was dying. I don't know why it made me laugh so much. I don't know if you guys can think as funny as I did, but I'm so glad I made it on Post Up. Here's that video.
And the fans in the stands, a friendly reminder, rain ponchos do not come with instructions. When you buy them at the concession stand, you're on your own. Come on, buddy boy, you can do it.
So this is the end of the clip, but this went on for so long. I'm like, please, I don't care if somebody ran for 100-yard touchdown. Stay on this until my man figured this out. Because in the beginning, he had no hands in any of the holes. He's looking at one of the holes, and he like right now he's wiggling around, but he just was frozen. He's like, all right, how do I get through this? All right. And he's moving around. And my man is talking about the weather, talking about the game, and then he finally went in and started saying what he said. They do not give you a short. The whole moment was just comedy, and I'm so glad that it's getting highlighted and posted because I was in tears. This thing went on for at least 45 seconds, and I thought it was the funniest 45 seconds of Sunday. Now I was dying. So I'm glad I made it on there. That was the end of it, but it was so funny. Anyways, what I'm not gonna do is struggle to put on a damn poncho because you know ponchos, you know how they go. But if you don't do it the right way, you're gonna be like my man right there. But Jackie, on this Fine Monday, can you tell us what we're not gonna do?
Yes. First of all, what we're not going to do is call that a poncho. Y'all know that was a glorified trash bag, but let's move on.
Right.
Let's move on. So this one, I saw this come out and I saw that everybody, you know how people are. Every time somebody speaks bad about LeBron James, they send it to me. So now the latest is, of course, Kareem AbdulJabbar, and he's speaking. I thought it was a joke because I actually saw it and I was like, oh, ha, he's being funny. Now, maybe I'm taking it like that because every time he talks, he sounds like that old uncle that's like, oh, kids today or back in my day. Like he always has that air of like, okay, unc, whatever. Like I just don't take him that seriously. But on top of that, he's talking about, hey, I'm going to do content now. I'm going to talk about certain things. And if you want to see it, you'll have to subscribe to my channel. So he's obviously trying to get new subscribers to come see his new content. But then the thing that he puts at the end, or somebody put for him, or he maybe requested, to me indicates that this is a joke. So he says that back in 2010, the league started fining people somewhere between $15,000 to $20,000 for doing the Sam Cassell big balls dance. And he said, so everyone knows this is a thing. So why people are doing it is ridiculous. But just watch the clip, watch what happens at the end, and then we'll talk about it. So take a look.
For me, winning is enough. Why do you need to do a stupid, childish dance and disrespect the other team on the court? It doesn't make sense. Goats don't dance.
LeBron. So that's why I thought it was a joke because he said goats don't dance, and he literally that's a clip from Tony Baker. If you guys don't know who Tony Baker is, please go follow Tony Baker. But it's literally with goats dancing. And they're like, look,
dancing, yeah. I was like, wait, what?
My, when you step on the scene. So when I died when I saw that, I thought it was the funniest thing ever. But everybody was like, oh, goats don't dance. I'm like, but they do in the clip. They're dancing. Oh, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a hilarious attempt to try to be funny. And it's great because he's so dry before it. He was like, goats don't dance. And here come the dance. I thought it was a joke. I thought he nailed it. I thought it was funny. So what I'm not going to do is let y'all say that Kareem's out here clowning my boy. And even if he was, it was funny. It was a joke. I thought it was hilarious. Chris, look at who you came to see. Did you think it was a joke or did you think he's serious with this?
No, I thought he was serious with it. I thought the editors did not take him serious because they threw on the wrong clip. Because look, as an editor myself, I would not throw a clip that would contradict what the person is saying. Because that's why I was like, wait, those goats are dancing though. What are we talking about? Goats don't dance. And he throws a clip of 2 goats, they going down like, I was like, wait, what are we talking about?
Came to see.
Yeah. So, yeah, first of all, I do think he was 100% real. I think that he was, as Kevin Lane said, he was very get off my lawn in that whole entire speech. And he said it, and you know how, the way he said it, he felt like he did a thing. Like, he was like, goats don't dance. Like, he felt like he just hit the exclamation on it. And I love Kareem. I think he, say what you will, but at the same time, though, I don't understand the constant bashing from retired old school players when it comes to LeBron James. LeBron James cannot do anything without them getting upset about it. That I will never defend. Love you, Kareem, but this one I'm just like, and then on top of that, to have that clip, like this whole thing was just like, well, your message did not hit the way you were trying to get.
Right.
To it. It didn't
no. And maybe that's why I thought the whole thing was funny. I didn't take him serious because it just was like Kevin Lane says, like, get off my lawn. I used to have to go walk to school both ways uphill in the snow. Like he just has that whole old man vibe that I was just like, he's just kidding. But maybe he was dead serious. But either way, clearly by the end of that clip, that goats do dance. So
yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. That I was not ready for that. I was like, yo, why show dancing? I don't know. Yeah, that threw me all the way off. I was like, hold on. This is what we're not going to do is cut off because they do dance. So show's over. What are we talking about?
Look at who you came to see. Go follow Tony Baker. Look at them dancing goats. It's a great thing. But make sure you're back here tomorrow morning for Taco Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you tell a friend, share this with everybody you know, and we will see you tomorrow morning.
And remember, goats don't dance.
Smile when you step on the scene. Look at who you came to see.